it's been a long time. And I really apologize for that. And I know I keep saying that, but life is as we make it. And I have been doing a lot, going through a lot, and that's really what I want to talk about, anyways. I did get a suggestion from one of my followers on Twitter, excuse my voice, insecurity and how that can affect you in a relationship or just when you're seeking a potential partner in general. And I can speak personally to that because I feel like I've been tearing myself down tremendously lately. And it's been very hard to understand why I do the things that I do, and I've been forced to be met with my toxicity over and over and over again, and it's not a good feeling because I didn't realize how toxic I truly was until recently. And it sucks, but you're human. You do make mistakes. I'm not saying that just because you experience trauma and you go through things that make you feel a certain way and bring out certain habits in you that you should keep doing those things when you know that they're wrong. If something is wrong and you know it's wrong, try to make it your point to stop doing it. If you're hurting somebody because you're feeling insecure about something, fix that. Do something about it. Don't be like me, and I'm gonna take full ownership. Don't be like me and hurt people because you're frustrated and you're confused and you don't know how to feel about yourself and you don't know where you are mentally, so you're taking it out on other people. That is very toxic. That is never okay. I don't know why I do that, but I am seeking professional means to change that. I started that today. And I'm not ashamed of my mental illness or whatever. Like, I'm going to figure out what it exactly is. But I'm making steps to change that. And that's what I want you to know about insecurity. Like, insecurity comes in many shapes and forms. Like, you don't necessarily have to have a mental illness to be insecure, of course. Like, that does make it worse. I'm not gonna lie. From personal experience, yes, it does make it feel worse when you already have, that in your corner already. But I'm speaking for everyone, just in general. Like, being insecure, it sucks. Yeah, it's really hard to deal with, but there's a reason for you being insecure. Something started that within you. It's either something somebody said to you, something somebody did to you. I'm not saying blame those people. This is not the blame game. I'm not here to tell you to blame anybody. That's not what I'm doing. What I'm saying is pinpoint or try to remember when that started, when those feelings of not being good enough started. Where did that come from? Did you see something online? Did you hear something? Did somebody say something to you? Did somebody do something to you? And then they clicked something in your head that made you feel a certain way to where you don't think you're adequate in certain areas. Why do you not feel adequate? And that's what you have to do for yourself. You have to either document that in a journal. I recommend that. That way it could be more personal and you won't have to share it with other people. Or you could go get a professional to help you figure out why you feel the way you feel. Or if you just want to do it alone, there are different ways and there are methods to fix insecurity. Insecurity is fixable. Like, that is something you can get over or get through. I like to say, not get over, get through. It's not permanent. You'll go throughout life feeling insecure here and there, but it's not, I don't feel like that's a life sentence. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like you can heal from that with time and with a lot of work. And if you put a lot into yourself, you can overcome those insecurities. And that's what I'm working on too. Like, you're not alone in that. You're never alone in anything. Just because a lot of people don't talk about what they're going through doesn't mean that they're not going through anything. And that's always a tough pill to swallow because it may look like they have it all good and it's all fine and dandy. But to be honest, the people that put on the front are the ones that are breaking down the most. Try not to judge people and think that they have it all together when they don't. You don't know that for a fact. Just because they're not saying it doesn't mean it's not happening. And this is a problem with insecurity, because it makes you do and say things that you can't take back. It makes you a terrible person. You become very bitter. You just lose yourself to the okay? I had promised that I wasn't gonna curse on my channel, but this is me. So I'm just gonna do whatever I wanna do. I might bleep it out, but hey, if not, I won't. Because I'm tired of like censoring myself on this channel. Isn't that what YouTube is about? Being real, being raw anyways? And that's a part of insecurity, worrying about what other people think. Who the cares what other people think? If they don't like you, so the what? You find your niche, you find your people. They will come to you, things will fall into place. Everything is not a life sentence. Just because something feels bad doesn't mean that it'll always feel that way. Just because you feel insecure today or tomorrow, or you have for months or years, doesn't mean you'll always be that way. But as long as you make the steps to make it better, to do something about it, then yes, it will change. But if you just sit in that insecurity and let it take over you, then yes, that's exactly what will happen. You will become a very toxic, bitter, and just difficult person, and you're going to ruin every opportunity that you have before you. You're going to push away every person that cares about you, and I'm giving you the real deal. That's not me being negative, that's the honest to God truth, because I've done it so many times. And you don't get a reset button in life. What the you do like throughout your life, it matters. It's not like you can just go throughout life and everything is just gonna magically fix itself. Like, some things you can't fix, so you have to realize that. And that's why you should make it your mission to make yourself a better person and want better for yourself. You know what I mean? Do things that are gonna make you happy, make you more positive, give you positive changes, outcomes, you know? Like, don't hold on to that heavy burden on your shoulders that makes you feel like you don't deserve anything, you're not good enough, you're not this, you're not that. Replace negative words with positive. Instead of saying not, say can, or I will. Instead of saying I'm not going to do, I will, I am going to. You know what I mean? Speak in future tense. Like, put yourself in that state. Even though you may not feel that way right now, speak on it, push it, exude it. That's the real thing. It does matter. Manifestation is real. If you put energy and time into something enough, it will happen. And that goes for pretty much anything. It just depends on what you want and who you are as a person. Now, I can't tell you, you know, how to manifest what you need, because I don't know what you need specifically. But if you put enough time and energy into it, I really believe it will happen for you. So if you don't want to be insecure anymore, if you put time and energy into making it your point to not feel or feed into those insecurities and do better and want better, it will happen. And I feel like it's natural to be insecure when you're involved with people or in a relationship or in the talking stages, whatever your situation is, I don't know. But I feel like everyone is, because you're constantly trying to prove yourself to them. You want them to love you, but you have to love yourself. You can't walk around hoping that someone's going to accept you, hoping that someone's going to love you, because that's not their job. And you shouldn't expect that from them. And that shouldn't even be a thing, because you know what's going to happen. You're going to go into that relationship. Let's say you do end up being with them. You're going to go into that making them your source of happiness. And when you break up, you're going to be distraught, and it's going to be disastrous. There's a difference between a need and a want. When you need something, you can't live without it. You can live without anything. When you want something, it's desirable. It's something you would like to happen. It's something you would like to experience. Okay, that's healthy. That's fine. That's realistic. But to say that you need a person or you need something, you do not, because you're setting yourself up for failure. That's very dangerous. So don't feed off of need, and don't breed a need in your relationship. Don't put that much pressure on them to where they feel like without them you're going to do something very dangerous to yourself, or you're going to be a terrible person if they don't feed you certain things that you need and supply you with certain emotions and all this. You got to do that for yourself. And I'm sorry to be harsh like that. And to be honest, I'm talking to myself too, because it's something I have to learn. I have a very obsessive personality. Once I'm into something, I'm heavily into it. That can be good, but lately has been very bad because I have been destroying myself a lot. And that's a part of my insecurity. I've been putting myself down a lot. I call myself names. I have been doing a lot of stupid things to hurt myself, you know what I mean, on purpose, because I want to punish myself. All kinds of things. And I'm not ashamed to tell you that. It's not something I'm proud of, but hey, I'm letting you know we all have things going on. And that's why I haven't been here, because I have not mentally been able to be here. And to be quite honest, I have not wanted to be here, period, on this earth at all. And that feeling is something that I battle with every single day. You just never know what people are going through. And it's a really feeling when you don't want to be here. What are the changes you want to see? Be the change that you would like to see. And realize that you're not the only one hurting. There are tons of people going through a lot of things, and like I said, just because they're not telling you these things verbally doesn't mean that they're not feeling the same way or worse. You know what I mean? It's not a competition, but you're not alone in that, is what my point is. You're not alone in how you feel. Something is happening within that relationship or within that situation that you're in that's making you feel inadequate. And you need to figure out why and how and when. And once you do, then I feel like it'll get better, because then you can understand, okay, when this happens, I'm going to feel like this, or this usually makes me feel like this. You'll get a better idea of why. And I believe in you. I know you're capable. And I just want you to feel that within yourself. So take care, be safe, don't do anything drastic. Just take it each day, take it each second, if that's all you can do. Take it minute by minute, hour by hour, whatever you need to do. Just get through one day at a time. That's the goal. Don't worry about tomorrow, just worry about today. Don't worry about next week, just worry about this week. You know, just keep it light, keep it simple. Don't frustrate yourself, don't complicate things for yourself. Just let it be natural, let it flow. And if it's out of your control, let it flow. If it's something you know for a fact you cannot do anything about, don't even put yourself through that. Just let it be whatever it is, and just give it to the universe and say, hey, I would like positive outcomes from this. I would like to put positive energy into this, and I give it to you, and that's it. Please help me and take care of it for me. And I submit to whatever you choose to do, and that's it. That's all you can do, really. Love you guys, and thank you for sticking around and being so patient with me. Appreciate it. I know this song